The scanner chimed the soft two-note tone it used for corpses, and the display over the counter lit up with a single word in calm medical blue. Deceased. Yenna Ospreth looked at the word. Then she looked at the man leaning on her counter who was very obviously not a corpse. He had one elbow on the brushed steel, a paper cup of station coffee steaming by his hand, and the faint, patient smile of someone who had been through this before. "Try again," said the human. I'm sorry?" Yenna's ears, tall and pointed and the same deep violet as the rest of her, flattened the way they did when the day decided to be difficult. Crisp blue and gold uniform, medic's badge polished, scanner brand new. She had been checkpoint medic on Ostrand Reach for exactly 9 days. "The scanner," he said, nodding at the red anatomical hologram rotating between them. A human body picked out in soft crimson lines, every organ labeled, every one of them flagged. The scanner finished. It chimed the corpse tone again. Deceased. Cause. Multiple. No cardiac rhythm, no core thermal signature. Recommend morgue intake. "That's not possible," she said.
"I keep telling people that." He sipped his coffee. "Name's Micah Traeger. Freighter out of the Hollow Line. Happens about half the time. You've got the fancy new units, I figured it'd be smarter." He tilted his head at the machine, almost fond. "It's not smarter." Yenna set her jaw. She had graduated top of her cohort. She had recalibrated worse instruments than this. "Sir, the machine reads no heartbeat." "Feel free." He turned his wrist over on the steel and pushed back the freight cuff of his brown jacket, offering it like a man offering a handshake. She should not have. It was wildly irregular, but deceased was glowing between them, and her professional pride was a physical ache, so she pressed 2 violet fingers to the inside of his wrist. There was a pulse. Slow, insultingly slow, a lazy thud with a long silence after each beat, like a man knocking on a door he already knew was open. But it was there. "You have a heartbeat," she accused. "Sometimes," Micah smiled. "It comes and goes." Yenna pulled her hand back as if the counter had bitten her. "Hearts do not come and go. Yours doesn't. That's the difference between us." He said it gently, no boast in it, and drank his coffee. And the hologram of his own dead body turned slowly over the counter between them, patient as a clock. She tried the thermal cuff next, core temperature. The readout blinked, hunted, and offered a number so low it belonged inside a cargo freezer. She looked at his face. There was color in it, wind-chapped, stubble along the jaw, a scar through an eyebrow, but warm-colored, living-colored. "You should be dead," she said. It came out smaller than she meant it to.
"Everybody keeps telling me." He set the cup down. "You want to hear the fun part? The unit's not broken. I checked it against the last 3 checkpoints. It's a good machine. It's reading me exactly right." "That is not the fun part. That is the opposite of the fun part." He laughed, a real one, surprised out of him, and for a second she forgot she was arguing with a corpse. He had a good laugh. She logged that observation, then unlogged it, on the grounds that she was on duty. She ran it a 3rd time. She swapped the sensor plate and calibrated against her own hand. Living, warm, a proper violet pulse of 40 beats to his 1. The machine agreed she was alive. Then it turned to him and, without the slightest hesitation, told her he was not. Deceased. And under it, smaller, a line she hadn't triggered before, some deep diagnostic subroutine reaching for an explanation the way she was. Exposure event detected. Tissue decompression scarring. Historic. Vacuum consistent. Yenna went still. "There it is," Micah said quietly. He'd seen it too, upside down. He didn't look amused anymore. Not sad exactly, just tired, in a way that had nothing to do with the hour. "Micah," she turned the display so it faced her fully. "This says vacuum. This says your tissue has decompression scarring. Historic." She looked up. "That kills a human in 90 seconds, less." 90 seconds is a long time, if you're stubborn. And then, because she was very good at her job and had gone pale under the violet, he told her, not performing it, just setting it down on the counter between them, like the coffee cup.
6 years back, a hull breach on the Hollow Line run. A cargo seal blew on the ore deck and took the atmosphere with it, and Micah had been on the wrong side of the door with 2 junior haulers and a kid barely old enough to sign a manifest. He got them through the interlock. The cycle needed a hand on the outside plate to hold the override from the vacuum side, the 11 seconds it took the seal to catch. So I held it, he said. 11 seconds is nothing. You just have to decide the door matters more than the 90. You were in vacuum, she whispered. For a while, he rolled his shoulder, the memory of cold in it. My heart stopped somewhere in there, lungs too. Everything the machine's looking for, it's right. It all quit. The medics on the other side got the lock open and did the thing with the paddles. I shrugged. Body forgot to finish dying. Never really started my thermals back up all the way. Heart runs slow now, skips when it feels like it. By every number that machine's got, the man who held that door is dead. He picked the cup back up. The paperwork just never caught up with the rest of me. Yenna Ospreth had scanned 4,000 travelers in 9 days. She looked at the calm blue, deceased, and at the crimson body turning above it, and at the living man drinking coffee under both, and something in her chest that was not the least bit medical went sideways. The kid, on the manifest, He's a pilot now. Bad one. Micah smiled. Names his ships after me. It's embarrassing. The concourse noise flowed back in. The droid finished mopping. Somewhere, a hauler cursed a docking clamp.
Yenna reached over and, with 2 violet fingers, tapped the override she should have used 40 minutes ago. The corpse tone did not chime. Instead, the display cleared to green and printed "cleared for transit," and under it, because she was still herself, she typed a physician's note in careful hand. Patient reads deceased by all metrics. Patient declines. Deferring to patient. Micah read it upside down and grinned. You believe the machine or the man? Yenna said, the machine is a very good machine, and it is completely correct, and you are alive anyway, and I find that I have opinions about it. She tucked a strand of dark hair behind one pointed ear and did not quite look at him. There is a coffee cart on the mezzanine that does not taste like the inside of a battery when your transit clears, if a dead man drinks coffee. A dead man drinks a lot of coffee. Keeps the heart honest. She walked him to the gate. Behind them, the new scanner sat waiting for the next body, and as the door cycled, she glanced back at it, at the calm blue letters ready to be so sure of themselves. Machine's going to flag you every time, you know. The rest of your life, wherever you go, it'll say the same word. Micah looked back at the display, then at her, violet, exasperated, luminous, entirely alive, and the tired went out of his face. Then I guess I'll just have to keep telling it. Try again.
Micah's transit file still lists him as deceased. He's filed the correction form 4 times. The station keeps returning it. Apparently, a dead man can't sign his own paperwork. If this one made your slow heart skip, hit like and subscribe. It means the galaxy to this little community. New story tomorrow.